All right, so the time has arrived. NBA opening day today. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Bulls podcast. My name is Corey. Usually I talk about the Chicago Bulls, but in today's episode, I'm going to give a quick preview of every NBA team. Make sure you stay tuned in. By the way, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Let's get straight to it. Indiana Pacers. So obviously they're going to be without Tyrese Halliburton for the entire season, but I still see them making it to the playoffs. I think they're going to build off of last year with their team chemistry, at least with their coaching. So I can definitely see them still making it to at least the first round of the NBA playoffs. Okay, Chicago Bulls. I see us winning 35 to 41 games. I see us finally getting over the hump of that of losing in the play-in for the last 3 years. I can see us being in the first round as well. I think that's as far as the Bulls are going to go, though. Cleveland Cavaliers. Obviously, they're going to be a contender in the East. I can see them making it to the NBA Finals. I think they're going to build off of last year's success, and I think that they're going to I think that it's possible that they can get to the NBA Finals. They're definitely a contender in the East. The Detroit Pistons. They had a great year last year. I think they're going to build on that, and I think that with the Detroit Pistons, I think I can see them at least in the second round of the NBA playoffs, okay? Especially if Jaden Ivey can come back and be healthy and return to the player that he was prior to being injured, okay? Milwaukee Bucks, this is where it gets a little tricky at, okay? If Giannis just decides to just go into beast mode and just take over the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks can be a contender, okay? They're going to have to rely on Giannis a lot, though, to do that, okay? So the Milwaukee Bucks, I can see, I definitely have them being in the playoffs. Will they make it past the first or second round, though? I kind of doubt that they'll make it past the second round, okay? So I don't have them I don't have them being a contender. The Washington Wizards, obviously they're a rebuilding team. I think they're just working on developing their younger players and things like that. I don't see the Washington Wizards winning too many games this year. Charlotte Hornets, they're going to be an entertaining team, especially if LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller can be healthy throughout the season. They've also got Bridges over there. Man, it's great team, very entertaining. I think that they're going to be fighting for a play-in spot at the end of the season. Atlanta Hawks, I think they're definitely going to be a top 6 seed in the Eastern Conference. I can see them making it to the second round of the playoffs with their addition of Porzingis, and then Trae Young is back as well. I can see them making it to the second round of the playoffs. Okay, they're going to be a pretty solid team. Miami Heat, I think they're kind of a question mark. Okay, so they're starting the year off without Tyler Hero. They no longer have Jimmy Butler. He was traded during the season last year. Now, the only reason I'm going to give the Miami Heat the benefit of the doubt, though, is because they have a great coaching staff and a great front office. So I think I can possibly see them either being in the play-in or in the first round of the playoffs. Okay, Orlando Magic. This is an interesting one here. Banchero, fantastic player. I think that the Orlando Magic are one star player away from being true contenders in the NBA. If they can get one more star over there, or if somebody else on the team already can develop into that next star to go side by side with Banchero, the Orlando Magic will then be looked at as serious contenders in the East. But I think that, despite that, they're going to win at least 50 to 55 games this year. That's what I can see the Orlando Magic doing. The Celtics, despite Jason Tatum being gone for the entire season with his injury, I can see the Celtics having a great season as well. I think they have great team chemistry. They have a great coaching staff. So I think that that's going to help them still continue to be a playoff team. I can see them be making it to the second, even to the Eastern Conference Finals, just building off of that championship experience. So that's where I see the Celtics at. The 76ers, this is the biggest question mark probably in the NBA, but especially in the Eastern Conference, okay? If Joel Embiid can be healthy and Paul George can be healthy, the 76ers are definitely contenders. If they cannot, if they're not healthy, though, I don't know where the 76ers fall at. I don't know if they're just a regular play. I kind of doubt that they'll be a regular playoff team if Joel Embiid and Paul George are not healthy. But I don't even know if they would be a play-in team. I don't know. So they're just a huge question mark. The Toronto Raptors, they've got some pieces over there. I think that they're going to end up fighting for a play-in spot. I don't know if they'll quite get there, though. Okay, that's what I see for the Toronto Raptors. I think they're still trying to add some pieces around R.J. Barrett and their other players over there. The Brooklyn Nets, they remind me of the Washington Wizards. in the sense that they're obviously rebuilding, in the sense that they're obviously trying to develop their young players and things like that. So I don't think many people are expecting them to win a bunch of games this season. New York Knicks, another title contender coming out of the East. I can definitely see them in the NBA Finals. I think it would have been nice if they would have kept Thibs as the coach, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see what Mike Brown can do. Okay, getting over to the West. The West is stacked. Okay, but let's get straight into it. The Sacramento Kings, question mark. Okay, I'm not sure what direction they're headed in. I know they just signed Russell Westbrook. They have LaVine over there, DeMar DeRozan, Sabonis. I just don't know what direction they're going in though. They have enough talent to make it to the playoffs, but I don't know if they'll quite make it because the West is just stacked. You know, I don't even know if they'll make it to the play-in. I don't know. They have the talent to do it, but we'll see with the Sacramento Kings. A lot of talent, but just I don't know what direction they're going in. I don't know who their leader is there. Okay, the Lakers. I think a lot of people are sleeping on them. LeBron. I still view him as one of the top 5 players in the NBA. And when you team him with Luka Doncic, I think anytime those two players are on the same team, that's definitely a contending team. Doncic, he seems to be more aware of his health now and his conditioning, which we all should be anyway. So I think the sky's the limit for the Lakers as well. Phoenix Suns, not quite sure about them. I'm not quite sure if they're going to be in the playoffs. I don't even know about the play-in for them. Great squad, not taking anything away from them, but the West is just so stacked. You know, the Clippers, another team that can contend for a championship. Kawhi, James Harden, they can contend for a championship, but they're going to depend heavily on the health of Kawhi Leonard. If he can be healthy during the regular season and in the playoffs, watch out for the Clippers, okay? Warriors, Steph Curry, greatest shooter of all time. Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green is still on the team. Fantastic coach in Steve Kerr. Definitely title contenders, okay? If Steph Curry can, well, you already know Steph Curry is going to ball out. You know Jimmy Butler is going to ball out. You know Draymond Green is going to do his thing. So I'm just going to say that the Warriors, they're definitely contenders, okay? The Utah Jazz, I don't think a lot of people have them winning a lot of games. I think Ace Bailey could possibly win Rookie of the Year, but we'll see. You know, so I don't really know what to say about the Utah Jazz. I think it's obvious that they're pretty much rebuilding. So we'll see. The Nuggets. I think Jokic should have won the MVP last year. That's a story for a different day, but I think he's going to win it. I think he's going to win it this year, Jokic. So the Nuggets are going to have a great year, I believe. I think Jamal Murray is going to have a great year as well. The Nuggets are definitely contenders. They could possibly win a championship. The Blazers, they ended off last year on a great run. They won a bunch of games towards the end of the season last year. So I think that they're young and they're a rebuilding team, obviously. And I think Chauncey Billups is a great coach, a great motivator. And I think the sky's the limit for the Blazers. You know, they just have to develop their players. They're going to take some years to develop and get to where they want to be at. But I can see them as a possible play-in, if not play-in, close to it. You know, because like I say, the West is just stacked, okay? The Thunder, I think I have them winning the championship again for 2 years, you know, for the second year in a row. I feel like they've only gotten better over the summer. So I think that it's fair to say that the OKC Thunder are going to win the championship again. Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards, I think he's going to come in with a chip on his shoulder, trying to prove things. I hear that he's training with Michael Jordan, getting advice from him. And if you're getting advice from Mike, I'm assuming that you're going to come back an even better player. So I see the Timberwolves as a contender as well. Okay. The Rockets, obviously, they've added Kevin Durant. Okay. They've got a lot of young pieces over there as well. They've got a great supporting cast of players. Great coach. Kevin Durant has signed an extension now. So I see the Houston Rockets as being a title contender as well. I think they're going to win a bunch of games. I know Fred VanVleet is going to miss a bunch of games, but hey, they're still a very dangerous team. The Houston Rockets are, okay? The Pelicans, okay? This is the question mark. I don't know about them. They're going to depend heavily on the health of Zion Williamson. I don't know about them. I'm not too sure about the Pelicans. I mean, I think that they can possibly be playing for a play-in spot or find themselves outside of the play-in altogether. It's just a big question mark with the Pelicans. I'm not sure, you know. Memphis Grizzlies. It's another one I'm not too sure about because they have a lot of injuries to start off the season. I think like 3 or 4 of their rotation players are just out for a significant amount of time to start the season off. So they're going to obviously rely heavily on Ja Morant to carry their team. So we'll see about the Memphis Grizzlies as well. Obviously, Ja Morant, fantastic player. Memphis Grizzlies, fantastic team, but they're just dealing with a lot of injuries right now. So they may find themselves in a tough situation where maybe they miss the play-in because in the West it's so stacked. You want to make sure you get your season off to a really good start because it's really easy to just fall behind a lot of games in the West. In the East you can do that type of stuff, but in the West that's not happening. The Dallas Mavericks. This is another team that I see as a title contender. They've got the rookie Cooper Flagg, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, one of the greatest shooters of all time, and Klay Thompson, great head coach, and Jason Kidd. Sky is the limit for them. I can see them winning the NBA championship. And the Spurs. Wemby is back from his condition that he had last year. I can see the Spurs being contenders, not this year, but maybe in the next 1 or 2 years as they continue to build around Wemby. But fantastic team. It's hard for me to say what seed everybody is going to be in the West because it's just so stacked. So that's my take on that. That's my take on every NBA team. Again, I'm rocking with the Bulls, but I just wanted to come through today and just give a NBA preview for all the NBA teams. Shout out to my pops. He passed away a few years ago. This time of year, I'm usually texting with him, calling him, talking about the NBA. So if your pops is still alive, hey, appreciate him while he's still here. Give him his flowers, respect him, all of those good things. I wish my pops was here, to talk about the NBA and just be excited together and just enjoy this opening week of the NBA season. So shout outs to all the fathers out there. Thank you guys for checking out this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you've already subscribed, thank you. I really appreciate it. Peace out. I hope the best for everybody's team. Feel free to chime in. What's your team? Who do you see winning the MVP? Who do you see winning the championship? Maybe you agree with me. Maybe you don't. Hey, that's all fine and dandy. Feel free to chime in. I hope that your team has the most success. I'm making it obvious here. I'm rocking with my home team, the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? So. Feel free to let me know what team are you rocking with? What team are you rooting for the most for this upcoming NBA season? So thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good day.